Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with the toy room. So today we are going to be taking a look at the arcade kit, the Pixel Quest arcade kit for the Nintendo Switch. Now basically what this does, it turns your Nintendo Switch essentially into an arcade unit. But as you can see by the graphic on the front, the biggest problem with that is it's made out of cardboard. It's basically Nintendo Labo, so it's very plain. It's just cardboard color, and as you can see, it does come with some stickers and whatnot, but these stickers honestly don't look all that great. You can see what they kind of look like on the back here. They don't look that great at all, and you can still see the cardboard color behind it, and it doesn't look appealing at all. Now the concept overall is really cool, but the execution, not so much. So what we're going to do today is sort of a DIY customization how-to tutorial, and we are going to customize this. And how we're going to do that is actually pretty simple. Kevin Kenson on YouTube, he's a fellow YouTuber, a big YouTuber actually. I'm sure a lot of you probably know him. He's the one who gave me the idea for this video. I saw his video. He did this about a month ago or so. He geared his primarily towards Smash, and he put a bunch of Super Smash Brothers stickers on it and everything, and it looked amazing, but I kind of want to make mine more of a generic arcade versus dedicating it directly for Smash. It's very simple. I'm going to be copying the same color concept, but like I said, I do want to switch up the actual theme of the arcade. Now what you need to do this, it's very simple. All you need besides the actual arcade kit is the paint, and the type of paint you're going to be needing is this right here. So this is a Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch Ultra Cover Paint and Primer. The color is Poppy Red. It's satin Poppy Red, and the same exact paint here, but the color is Satin Oasis Blue. Let's see if the camera will let me focus in on this for you guys. There we go. So there is the blue color. I'll have the link in the description. I got these at Home Depot. Only cost me, I think, like $5-6 for both of these, something like that. So very cheap, very affordable, and these are basically dead on to the actual Switch colors. So that is pretty much it for the intro of this video. So let's go ahead and get started with this DIY tutorial on the Pixel Quest Nintendo Switch arcade kit. Alright, so we're just going to take a look at the contents that come inside first. Obviously, you got your standard user manual, shows you all the contents that are inside, and then you have some of the little stickers that you can put on, but obviously we're not going to be using those. And then in here you have the little shells that hold the Joy-Cons. They're just black plastic, and you just slide the Joy-Cons inside of there, which is really nice, and those buttons on top give you access to the L and R buttons, so really nice right there. And obviously, next up you have the cardboard cutouts right there. So first thing I did, I just arranged all the cardboard pieces to kind of get an idea of what I had and what I needed to do. Then once I did that, I went ahead and labeled everything on what colors I wanted to do them in. And then once I did that, I went ahead and popped out all the pieces for the cardboard. Very easy, came apart very nicely. And then once I did that, I labeled the back of them on which letter they were, so that later once I paint them, I don't get confused. And then obviously here, I just went ahead and started painting them. I just did very thin, light coats to start off with. And then I just went ahead and once it dried, I added another coat. And then finally, after about 4 or 5 coats, they were done. Now the red, for some reason, didn't come on as strong as the blue did. As you guys will see here, the blue laid on, like, it really only needed 1 coat for the blue. For the red, for whatever reason, it needed about 4 or 5 coats. I did go ahead and put 2 to 3 coats of blue just to be safe, but the way that blue just laid on there, it was amazing. Now, I did lay the red a little too thick, and you'll see later in the video, we're going to run into some problems with that. I laid down the red a little bit too thick. The blue was perfect. Like I said, I put about 3 coats, and the blue came out perfect, but the red, we did run into some road bumps along the way with the red paint. And obviously, you know, I'm not a very crafty guy, so I'm actually surprised that I was able to pull this off as well as I did. But yeah, I'm definitely not a crafty guy. So once I let everything dry, I just went ahead and started folding all the tabs and popping out all the little cardboard pieces. And right here is the issue we ran into. So the paint was thick and it wasn't fully dry because it was so thick, and even when it was dry, I was still running into the problems of paint rubbing off on my fingers. Luckily, it wasn't too bad, and it wasn't all over the entire cabinet. It was just kind of on the flat pieces as I was folding them, so it really wasn't too bad. Now I'm just pouring everything in together and kind of just starting to assemble everything and watching everything come together. That was probably the best part. It was the most frustrating part, because the tabs were run down because of the paint. So the cardboard was getting weak because the cardboard did absorb all the paint. So it was very difficult to tab everything in. But once I did and everything started coming together, it started to look great. I know this camera angle sucks. I was in a zone and forgot to check the camera angle. There is a point in the video coming up any second where I do change the camera angle. Here it is, to give you guys a little bit better of a view. As you can see right there on the top by the marquee, you can see a lot of fingerprints. This was a fingerprint magnet on the red. I think because I laid it down so thick. I didn't have that issue with the blue, but definitely with the red. And this little piece here where the Joy-Cons go on gave me the most trouble because it is the thinnest piece of cardboard. The piece of cardboard that splits the two Joy-Cons in half. It's a very thin piece and it became very, very weak with the paint. You can see it's kind of warped right there and I had to keep pushing it down. It's just a very thin piece and the front half actually broke on me. You can't really tell too much here, but that's why I have the tape on the table, and you'll see in a second that I taped everything together right there because it did break on me. Now I was able to take the tape off and get everything to stay in place. But it was a big issue. This piece right here was the hardest and most frustrating out of the whole project for me. And finally, once that was done, I went ahead and slid the joy cover shells in, and that was a little difficult because the paint was pretty thick, so I had trouble getting in there. Once you got it in there, it sits nicely in place and that's nothing you have to worry about. And here I am just taping everything up again because it did end up breaking. Then now for the final piece, I just had to slide on the bottom piece. I did run into some trouble along the way doing that, which you'll see in a second. Alright, so while doing that bottom piece, the tabs were again soft and kind of soggy because of the painting that we did. And then as you can see, that Joy-Con piece fell off again and it just kept falling off. The tabs were very weak. They did not want to stay in place. They wouldn't cooperate. So what I ended up doing with the final project is I didn't even leave that part connected. You can just go and pull it off if you wanted to. But now let's take a look at the final product. Alright you guys, and there is my tutorial on the Nintendo Switch arcade customization, do-it-yourself, whatever you want to call it. Overall, this was a fairly simple process. I mean, you just painted it, put it together. We did run into some road bumps along the way. Because it is cardboard, you know, it is a little bit flimsy, and since you are painting cardboard, you know, the cardboard is going to absorb the paint, and that's going to make the cardboard even weaker. So folding flaps together did prove to be a little bit tricky, and like you guys saw right here on the front, actually ended up breaking on me right here because this particular piece of cardboard was already thin, and then adding the paint and then trying to fold it and everything, it didn't work out so well. But overall, I think this is a really cool piece and it's functional and it works out. Now, is this the ideal way to play, you know, any of your Switch games or arcade games? No, not really, and I don't think anybody who's buying this really expects it to be. It's more of a cool novelty display display item. It looks really cool set up next to my arcade 1-up machine, which people already say is a small arcade. So imagine what people say with the size of this, but you know, I think it looks great. I love the color blocking that I did. I believe I did it a little bit different than Kevin. I didn't check his video before I did it. I just kind of did whatever I had in my mind and went with it. Now, eventually I am going to put stickers on here, but I'm kind of debating because I really do like the plain look, but I'm thinking about adding a sticker right here just for the marquee that says Nintendo Switchcade. I think that is going to look really cool, but I think I might leave the rest of this, and I'm going to definitely add a coin door sticker. I love the coin door slot on here, but other than that, I think I'm just going to leave it plain. The one thing with the paint, and I don't know if you guys can even really see on camera, it is a fingerprint magnet. I don't know if the camera's really gonna pick it up or not. If I get my face out of here, you can see fingerprints all over the place, and you can see the parts where some of the paint smudged and whatnot. But I mean, overall, for a $25 project, it was $20 for the kit, and then like $5-6 for the paint, and I can't get the camera to focus. There we go. This was a really fun project. It was a little aggravating at times when trying to put everything together, but overall I think it came out pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Be sure to check the description down below for all the links to the products used in this video, and also so you can check out Kevin's video to see his version and how he did it. So that's pretty much it for me. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. So as always, stay tuned for more. I'll see you guys next time.